Hey, what's up guys? It is Blackout3x3 here, back with another video on the Berserk Gaming channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you a little bit of information about Activision, actually, and specifically one of their patents that they have. So, this is a patent that was filed in 2015, which, if you guys know, Advanced Warfare came out in 2014. That was the first game to have supply drops in the Call of Duty franchise. However, in 2015, the pay-to-win supply drops were introduced. So these are the supply drops that, I forgot what they were called, like advanced supply drops or some shit. The ones that you could pay real money for. So Activision's amazing. They're so fucking smart, honestly. I'm not saying I agree with their business practices, but the smart people that they were thought of an idea for a patent. So they filed for this patent, they got it, and, you know, they say it's not in the game right now. I don't know how I feel about that, but either way, this is a patent from 2015. Now, I'm not going to read you guys the whole thing because it is hella boring. If I do remember, I'll put a link in the description about this patent. If not, I mean, it's really simple to look up. I mean, one of my friends sent it to me on Facebook. So I'm going to read a little excerpt from it so you guys get some sort of idea. It says, for example, in one implementation, the system may include a microtransaction engine that arranges matches to influence game-related purchases. Now that's big. That's the main key that we're looking at here, is it's influencing basically microtransactions. It says, for instance, the microtransaction engine may match a more expert player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases. A junior player may wish to emulate the expert player by obtaining weapons or other items used by the expert player. Now, what does this mean? This means that, let's just say, I went out and spent $10 on supply drops, which, by the way, I've never spent money on supply drops in my life. I think it's the biggest waste of money in the world. But let's just say I get drunk out of my fucking mind one night and buy $10 worth of supply drops, and I get the new gun. So this patent would match me up against people who haven't been playing as long and don't have the gun. So basically what they're saying is it's a great idea if you think about it from a business standpoint. However, if you think about it from a, hey, let's actually make a decent game, it's fucking annoying. It's actually quite ridiculous because it's screwing over every single person that plays their game. But, so I would get matched up against people who don't have this gun. So let's just say this is the most OP gun in the game. It's the AK-12 RIP, or the BAL, I forgot what it was. It's not the Obsidian, it's the other one. So it would match me up against players that had like no supply drop weapons. They just had shit on shit. So then they would pick my weapon up, do hella good with it, and then want to go buy supply drops. So that's all good and well. I mean, it's not for somebody who's older, for somebody who, like, first of all, isn't going to buy supply drops at all, but has a solid head on their shoulders. And I'm not saying that young people can't, but they're a lot more easily influenced. Obviously, I mean, that's why, I mean, you can't make certain decisions until you're 18. You can't vote until you're 18. You can't drink until you're 21. Young people are a lot more easily influenced than, you know, people who've been around for a little while. So they're targeting these younger crowds, but the secondary thing that none of us are looking at is if you are one of those people that is buying these supply drops, and I don't want you guys to go out and buy supply drops, trust me, please don't, because we need to stop this shit. But if you are one of those people who's going out and buying supply drops, in turn, you're going to get the shitty kids to play against. And I know not every single person that doesn't play a ton or doesn't spend money is a shitty kid, because I don't spend any money on supply drops. I think I'm a pretty half-decent Call of Duty player. However, they're saying junior players. They're not even, like, putting me in that category. They're putting me in the category of, like, well, he's obviously not bought him in the past. He's played enough that if he was going to buy him, he would have bought him by now. But they're going to match you up against noobs that don't spend too much time on the game. They're going to match you up against, like, big dick swinging 62 who only plays split screen once a week, maybe, after football practice. Which there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the game was intended for. But for people who are hardcore gamers, that's going to give you such an easier game than if they're going to match you up against, others of your skill level or other hardcore gamers. So that's what I'm a little concerned about, is the fact that it's just going to continue to make it easier for some people to get gameplays and to just clobber these little kids. And that's not fun. I mean, I've been on the other end of a clobbering before. Every single one of us has. When you're just getting your ass pounded to the ground, it's not exactly enjoyable. So that's a big problem that I'm seeing with it. However, if you do look at it in a more positive light, let's just say, which I definitely don't think this is a positive thing, but it's similar to the DLCs. Okay, so Billy Bob Fucktard, who plays once a week, typically doesn't buy the DLCs. So he's typically less skilled than a player who spends their whole life on the game. Which I'm not saying, please don't spend your whole life on the game. Please go outside at some point. I'm kind of telling that to myself more than anybody else because I need to go outside. But that's what they're doing as well with the DLCs, but on a more extreme case here. Because, for me at least, I have been doing this with DLCs. I buy DLC every year now so I can get, the third game mode, zombies or whatever it is. Well, if there's no maps that are just like absolutely great for the DLC, and there's a way to turn off DLC in your public matches, your like PvP, I turn it off. And if the map isn't that great for zombies and there's no way to turn it off, I completely remove that map, because you can only get matched against players who don't have the DLCs. So it's already happening a little bit with a skill differential, or with the amount of time you put into the game, which then leads again to a skill differential between, people who have the DLCs and people who don't. But now we're just separating it further and further and further. It's just getting ugly. Bottom line, Activision is pushing for more money. I know everybody's shocked, but they're pushing for more money, dividing their game, and making it a lot more fun for people who spend more money, and a lot shittier for people who aren't going to bow down to fucking Activision, is quite frankly what it is. It's not a problem with, like, corporate America or any of that. Whatever. Like, do what you want to do, businesses, but Activision has been fucking us for years. Fucking us for years, guys. It's 3 years in a row there's supply drops. We were told they were going to be cosmetic. Oh, shock, they're not cosmetic. I'm sure we're going to be told the same fucking line that they're cosmetic again this year. And we all know better than that. We all know that you're not going to be able to earn every single thing as if you were to just spend countless money. It's just ridiculous, guys. They keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. At some point, we are going to have to push back. So this patent, I think, is going to be actually a great thing for the community, because this is them pushing too far. For me, they pushed too far quite some time ago. But I know there are some people that have just been taking it, and a couple of my buddies just aren't taking it anymore. A couple people actually canceled their pre-orders for World War II because of how far they're pushing it. Now, that being said, the community manager and higher-ups in Activision have stated that this is not implemented in any of their games yet. I don't believe that bullshit. But that's what they are saying. I'm sure they have to tell the truth by law somehow. So maybe they're telling the truth. But like I said, I don't believe it. But you guys make your own opinion on that. Because I've run into so many pay-to-win guns in my games where, I've never bought a supply drop. Stuff like that. It just doesn't add up. But either way, guys, let me know how you feel about this, because personally, I'm fucking pissed. I think it's ridiculous that they just keep trying to push and scam more money, when if they made a great game, if they made Black Ops 2 again and then put supply drops in it, there would be a lot higher chance that I would buy supply drops than if they put out another shitty game with just more and more supply drop guns, is basically what it comes down to. But I do appreciate you guys' support. The support's been falling off on the channel a little bit. Has me a little worried, not gonna lie. But hopefully you guys will see this and share it with your friends and whatnot. Get it out there, because it is an important topic. I always appreciate it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with everybody. And have a nice day, guys.